global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Well, welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. And right now, as we speak, tension is definitely mounting in Rivers State. Some few days back, for some few hours ago, it was APP dragging Fubara to court. Right now, it seems to be that Pro-Wike group is also dragging not just Fubara now, but Resec as a whole. The drama has begun in earnest. But before we go into the newspaper, please subscribe to our channel. My colleague is also in the house. Let's hit the ground running. A federal high court in Abuja as at today once again stopped the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from providing the voters register to the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission (RISEC) for the upcoming local government election scheduled for October 5th, 2024. In addition, the court prohibited the Inspector General of Police and the Department of State Services (DSS) from offering security for the polls. Now, Justice Peter Lifo delivered the ruling following a lawsuit filed by the All Progressive Congress (APC). The APC legal team, led by Senior Advocate of Nigeria Joseph Daudu and Sebastian and Honorable and Ogwa James Onoja, argued the case. Justice Lifo ruled that the RISEC acted prematurely in setting the October 5th election date, stating that it did so without adhering to the necessary legal requirements. Specifically, the court found out that the Rivers State Electoral Body had failed to comply with the provisions of the local government election law, particularly the requirement to publish a 90-day notice prior to the election. Additionally, Justice Lifo emphasized that the updating and revision of the voters register must be completed before a legally valid election date could be set. As a result, the court ordered INEC not to provide the certified voters register to RISEC until all legal stipulations were met. RISEC was similarly instructed not to accept or use any voters register from INEC for the October 5th local government elections. My colleague is in the house. Just fairly recently, they did confirm that INEC had already released this voters register for 2022 register. In fact, APP had actually dragged Fubara and RISEC that election was so they should use the 2023 voters register. Now, this is coming from the same Justice Lifo. Don't forget that Honorable Kenga had pre-warned.
Yeah,
that's
something like that was.
On Friday, that something like that is actually fishing. In fact, they demanded that thing should be, a lawsuit should be given, a suit number should be given ahead of time because they were actually raising against time. What's your take?
It's quite laughable, I must say. And Lifo, anytime it's coming from Abuja, it's always Lifo. And I begin to ask myself a big question. Does it mean that there are no other, federal high court judges? It's always Lifo. For me, it's really laughable because right now, as I'm talking to you, I don't think this case has anything to do with the federal. Federal diving into it, for me, it's just like a joke. You understand? I don't think that the federal high court should come into a case like this because it's the state high court. And let's tell ourselves the truth. The RISEC is the body regulating anything called elections in Rivers State. It's just like INEC. INEC is the one that will say this is how the whole thing must be run. And they follow their constitution or their electoral law. For you to wake up and all of a sudden you're trying to control everything going on in a state from the federal level. How now, bros? Which kind of court? How now? The state high court is there. If you feel that the issue should be handled, I think it should be the state high court. I don't know how this is going to be handled, but however, they are trivializing the importance of the courts. Because if you continue doing this, we're going to see a case whereby this election will hold and nothing will happen. I don't know if they will begin to go out to see how they will destabilize the election or start arresting people who will come out to comply with the election. That's what nobody can really tell.
Well, I could still remember APP had actually insisted that instead of the police or the DSS, they should use civil defense to secure them.
Closer to the people.
And they also insisted also that they should go ahead with 3 voters register. Now, my question now is it that before now, like other states like Anambra and Co that held their elections, Adamawa and the rest, they had 90 days notice. They followed the legal suit, due process, and they updated the voters register, updated electronically and all that. Come on, what's your take? And do you think, in all honesty, Fubara, by this notice, will not adhere to it.
Well, for me, I keep saying it's laughable because Akwa Ibom State government will also be holding their local government on the 5th of October.
So they will
All of them started the process almost the same time. Anambra State have already gone ahead. They have done their own. Mention them. There are countless states who have done their own. Why is that of Rivers State so special? Because someone is there who wants to control everything. And unfortunately, as we are looking at it, it seems as though even the entirety of Nigeria is running according to the temperature of that person. If the person breathe, the whole country must breathe like that, especially whenever it has to do with Rivers State. So for me, it's really laughable. And I must say that KKA needs to come in and stop all this funny thing that is going on in the judiciary, because it's becoming very funny. Right now, with the way things are going, I think that the state government will have to lead on at the provision of the constitution. If the constitution state-wise wants everything that is state-wise must be done by the state high court, I think that they're going to be running the show. I mean, if the provision, the constitution provides that issues that have to do with the state should be done in the state. I mean, it's going to be done that way, because I can't imagine if an issue of this sort it's been taken to the federal high. What does the federal have to do with a state-related issue? This is not INEC. This is RESEC. Okay, they have mandated INEC. INEC don't allow them to hold election, but INEC had already submitted the form to RESEC. So how's the whole thing going to be? It's going to be, I mean, a display of some very unpredicted future for us. I'm telling you, based on the fact that everything seems to be running according to the temperature of just one man.
Two more questions, I'll wrap this up. Justice Lifo, the same judge that was used to do it the first time, and the same judge that pronounced the Provike group saying that the lawmakers they did not cross carpet and there's no rule to that. The same Justice Lifo is also still the same one saying 90 days was not properly done, the research did not follow due proper process, and there has to be updating of voters register. And the last question here, do you also think that's now what do you think about this whole drama of one justice doing all of this, all in Federal High Court Abuja? Then the last question is APC, not even PDP. Wike, yes, and Wike is in PDP. The likes of the lawmakers, the pro-lawmakers, defected lawmakers are in PDP. But this time around, this whole hush movement is actually coming from APC. What's your take?
Well, we know that Wike is PDAPC now. We all know it. Even everybody knows that's the truth. He is in PDP. We all know that. But we hear the bosses, and it's mostly those in PDP, APC, saying that he is their boss, and their guy at the top. And I feel that the right person that should step out to do this should be the chairman of APC in Rivers State, which is Emeka Beke. So Emeka Beke, if constitutionally he's been recognized as the APC chairman, he has not done this. So it therefore means what they are doing is, for me, and guess what? Even if you have to halt this and you refuse it taking place, it therefore means the CTC will still continue.
Which means they will not get the allocation anymore.
And which means that they won't get the allocation anymore, which will end up affecting the local government. So someone is somewhere trying to make life uncomfortable for the River State people. But if I was in the position of Fubara, I would tell him, go ahead with the election, because that election is legally recognized. The Supreme Court was the one that the Supreme Court gave 90 days. They said before 90 days, the election should hold. And they have given that 90 days, the elections to hold.
Yeah, but they are saying they did not follow the process, openly declaring, giving 90 days notice that there will be election.
Was it not being open? Was it not been done from June, July, August, September, now October? It was properly done. All these things are just trying to awaken unnecessary sentiment.
Technical hitches. That's a good to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take? Have a nice time. God bless you. Bye.